Malachi 2:16 says that God hates divorce, but Jeremiah 3:18 says that Yahweh, the God of the Bible, divorced Israel. Definitely he did that because of anger, because they were not willing to submit to him. But whatever it is, it looks a little bit contradictory. There are two kinds of statements, whether to go for divorce or not. There are some people who try to legalize it, or who try to justify their position by taking two things. Number one, giving a biblical reference from Jesus' discourse with the Pharisees. The others, they say like this: when I was an unbeliever, I made a wrong choice, so I want to now get it right by divorcing. But let me tell you one thing, you once made a wrong choice, but you have come together. Once you have come together, you cannot separate. You are a married couple. Whether you have done it because of your emotional instinct or you have done it intelligently, you are a married couple. So to divorce or not is still the issue. And let us take the discussion or the discourse between Jesus and the Pharisees and find out what exactly Jesus meant. In that discourse, it clearly says the Pharisees came there to test Jesus Christ. And they said like this: Jesus, is it okay if we can divorce for any reason? That's what they wanted to say, any reason. And then Jesus quoted from the book of Moses, and he says like this: a man therefore will leave his mother and father, will cleave to his wife, and they will become one. And whatever God has put together, let no man asunder or separate. Now, by stating that, what Jesus was telling is this: family is a divine concept. It cannot be separated. It is something what God has done. What God has done, no human being or no human institute can separate it. So divorce is something humans do. Marriage is something what God intended. When you make a thing, you wanted to have it. You don't want to break it. God wanted marriage to exist, to survive. God's intention was never there when he was making marriage to bring divorce into the scene. It was never there. So my friend, then the Pharisees come and they say, then why did Moses ask us to give a certificate of divorce? Then Jesus was probably a bit angry. He said, to satisfy your hardened hearts. Not only to satisfy the hardened hearts, to actually restrict. He said it can be done only if it is a sexual immorality. It can be done only if it is legally. It can be done only when the elders come together. So he was trying to restrict it. He was trying to protect the marriage. He was trying to bring in so many issues so that divorce may not happen. So my friends, divorce is the last chance. But even then, let me tell you one thing. There are some people who will say, my wife is not good, my husband is abusive, what should I do? Let me tell you one thing, even if the situation is very tough, probably you have to read 1 Peter chapter 3 verses 1 to 6, where Peter says that you must submit to your spouse, whether it is husband or wife, and through that obedience you may win your spouse. That's what Peter suggests. And I'll give you one more verse, 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13. If you are going through these troubles, look at this verse. It says, no temptation has come to you which is beyond your capacity. God is faithful. He will not allow you to face any situation which is beyond your capacity. At the same time, He will provide you a way out. So what I'm saying is this: if you're going through those tough situations, probably God knows you can handle it if you can depend on Jesus Christ. So what I would suggest is this: you pray to God, you ask God for strength, and you carry on. And maybe, who knows, in the days to come, you can build up your family. But let me ask you one thing: never try to think about divorce. Divorce is never God's intention. But still, I know it's not as easy as I'm saying. If you're going through that kind of trouble, if you want somebody to pray with you, why don't you chat with us? We will definitely stand with you and we'll pray for you.